Welcome to Session 15. After the Civil War, America industrialized faster than any nation in history, creating dazzling wealth and brutal conditions. Today, we cover that boom and the reform movement it sparked. By the end, you'll see how industrialization transformed the country, understand the workers and unions and reformers who responded, and know the major reforms of the Progressive Era. After the Civil War, the United States industrialized at breathtaking speed. In just 35 years, it passed Britain to become the world's largest industrial economy. Railroads were the foundation, and the transcontinental line was completed in 1869. Giant companies rose: Andrew Carnegie's Steel and John D. Rockefeller's Standard Oil, which controlled 90% of oil refining. J.P. Morgan's banking financed it, and Edison's electricity lit the factories and cities. Mark Twain nicknamed this era the Gilded Age. Gilded means covered in gold, glittering wealth on the surface, but corruption and deep inequality underneath. A classic GED debate. Were these tycoons robber barons or captains of industry? Critics called them robber barons. They exploited workers, crushed competition, bribed politicians, and hoarded wealth. Defenders called them captains of industry. They created jobs, built national infrastructure, drove down prices through efficiency, and gave away fortunes. Carnegie alone funded 2,500 libraries. And many justified the inequality with social Darwinism, the false idea that the wealthy were naturally superior and the poor deserved their fate, so government should not interfere. Behind the wealth, workers paid a brutal price. They labored 12 to 16 hours a day, 6 or 7 days a week, with no minimum wage and no compensation if they were injured. Millions of children worked in factories and mines, and conditions were deadly. The Triangle Shirtwaist factory fire of 1911 killed 146 workers, mostly young immigrant women, because the exit doors were locked. Much of this labor came from immigrants. About 20 million arrived between 1880 and 1920, mostly from Southern and Eastern Europe, crowding into city tenements and working the hardest jobs. Workers fought back by organizing. The Knights of Labor welcomed nearly all workers, including women and black workers, and pushed for broad social reform. The American Federation of Labor, led by Samuel Gompers, took a different path, organizing skilled workers around bread-and-butter goals: higher wages, shorter hours, safer conditions. The more radical IWW, the Wobblies, organized unskilled workers. But organizing was dangerous. Major strikes like Homestead and Pullman were broken by private police and even federal troops, showing how heavily the deck was stacked against labor. These abuses sparked the Progressive Era, a reform movement that believed government should correct the excesses of industry. Investigative journalists called muckrakers exposed the corruption. Upton Sinclair's The Jungle revealed filthy meatpacking, leading to the Pure Food and Drug Act. President Theodore Roosevelt, the first progressive president, used federal power aggressively, busting monopolies as the trust buster, and promising a square deal of fair treatment for workers, consumers, and business alike. Reforms reshaped government. The 16th Amendment created the income tax. The 17th gave voters the direct election of senators. And in 1920, the 19th Amendment finally gave women the right to vote. Let's test it. The Triangle Shirtwaist fire killed 146 workers behind locked doors. What was its most significant long-term impact? The answer is A. Public outrage over the fire drove sweeping workplace safety laws, fire escapes, unlocked exits, and factory inspections. The tragedy led New York to pass dozens of new labor laws on fire safety, hours, and inspections. It proved that leaving safety to employers wasn't enough. Government regulation was necessary. Let's recap Session 15. After the Civil War, rapid industrialization made America the world's top economy, led by tycoons seen as either robber barons or captains of industry, with social Darwinism excusing the inequality. Workers faced brutal conditions, and about 20 million immigrants filled the factories. Unions like the AFL fought for wages, hours, and safety. And the Progressive Era won food safety laws, the income tax, and the 19th Amendment for women's suffrage.